Welcome back to the top news channel RF Update. If you find my video useful, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Tensions explode, Hungary neutralizes EU blackmail plot, Macron reveals his true face. It is claimed that the EU is using political blackmail in order to get finances from Hungary, and that the negotiations between President Macron and Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban have failed. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has refused to back down over a rule of law dispute, despite Emmanuel Macron's attempts to arbitrate for the European Union. Some reviews say, "I think the EU has finally met its match. Viktor Orban is not going to give way over this." Sending Macron in as an already had not the best move the EU have ever made, and I'll bet they are ruining the day that Mutti retired now. Any deal brokered by Macron would favor the Brussels bloc because he wants a job at the bloc HQ. I wish our EU-file PM had Mr. Orban's resolve. Meanwhile, the EU is no greater respect of the rule of law itself. At least, Poland and Hungary are standing up to defend their constitutional sovereignty. Unlike the other members who keep quiet whilst the EU neuters them. So many gutless sheep in the EU. Keep up the good work, Orban. On the other hand, Mr. Macron wants to make the EU more self-sufficient in defense, nuclear energy and farming, i.e. he wants to legislate for all the EU to buy France's main exports. According to a recent source, on Monday, the Hungarian president met with his French counterpart in Budapest. As Paris prepares to assume the presidency of the European Union, Mr. Macron said France was eager to operate together for Europe with Hungary, despite their political differences. Hungary's Prime Minister, Viktor Orban, stated his nation was a victim of political blackmail from Brussels. Another reader said, "I hope Orban didn't damage his hearing having to listen to Macron stamping his little booties and screaming and winning like a petulant tiny child, which seems to be his default setting when not getting his own way." Another said, "I wonder if they had chat about Trianon. It was 100% French responsibility for breaking up a 1,000-years-old country, removing 2/3 of its territories and population, where they represent majority, being a fool letting all those aliens in. While France just increased in size, forcing 14 nations to forget their language and culture, and becoming French, while it has never been a nationality, only the aristocrat ruling class. Today, we don't even have any knowledge of the original language." In a recent speech, Macron said, "We have political disagreements which are well known, but we have the willingness to work together for Europe and to be loyal partners. There is very little progress on these issues. There is a clear Hungarian will not to make progress on these questions before the April elections. But people think that Hungary either plays by the rules in Western Europe or it's thrown out of the EU. Incompatible differences on broad Western values cannot be tolerated. There is no middle ground and no free ride for dictators hiding in plain sight. If they leave, then it will be interesting to see how the EU copes with borders. It would be nice for the EU to be fighting over two borders and not just NI.